YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Cry. Welcome back to another vid. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure to follow me on all platforms at I Am Cry. Today's vid is for the fellas, man. I'm gonna share with you how to level up fast and what I did to, change my life within a span of 6 months. I went ghost during this period, really locked in and focused on these 5 things. And I'm gonna share these with you today so you can go into 2025 strong. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The first way to level up fast, you probably guessed it, hit the gym, fellas. Hitting the gym is not only going to transform your body, but it's going to transform your mind. The gym is the foundation of everything that a man is going to accomplish in life, right? Because when you're going to the gym, the first month you don't see anything. The second month you don't see anything. The third month you don't see anything. Maybe in the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. But then once you get to that 6-7 month mark, you start seeing the change. You start seeing the transformation. But you see that transformation because you were going consistently every single day, right? That's the same thing with anything in life. So we want to build that foundation so you can see that it works with the gym, and you'll be able to take that mindset with you with everything in life, knowing that the short, consistent days, getting 1% better every single day, winning that daily battle every single day, with just showing up to the gym, or just showing up with your goals is going to, work wonders for you and help you be the man that you want to become, guys. So hitting the gym is definitely the number one thing you need to do to level up. Start slow though. If you're a person that's never been in the gym, start with 3 days a week. Then go to 4, then go to 5. You know what I'm saying? I definitely recommend strength training over anything else. Fellas, don't go in there trying to do too much cardio. Don't go in there trying to do a whole bunch of hit circuits or plyometrics, man. Just hit the weights, fellas. And, it's not very complex. Invest in a mentor, invest in a program, and follow that routine. Fitness is very simple. If you follow a specific regimen consistently, you will see results. There are regimens that are better than others, but all in all, within a 6 month span, no matter what you do, if it's weight training related and you're using the proper form, and you're showing up consistently, you're gonna see results, man. I promise you. So fellas, that is number one, guys, hitting the gym. And it's gonna relieve a lot of stress for you guys. When you're hitting the gym, you're relieving a lot of stress. You're much more rejuvenated, whether you're working, at your 9 to 5 or you're working on your business after work, or you got kids to attend to after work, whatever the case may be. It's gonna give you a lot more energy, a lot more mental clarity. It's gonna relieve all that stress and tension that you're dealing with as a man that nobody knows about, right? It's gonna do all of those things for you, man. The gym is the best medicine as a man, right? So that is the first way to level up fast, guys. And you're gonna see, once you start seeing that transformation, it's gonna build your confidence, right? I'm a firm believer that, when you look good, you feel good. And, the gym is the best way to change your physique as a man. It doesn't matter how ugly you are, fellas. If you hit the gym and you are an in shape man and you're, aesthetically pleasing, you can at least be a 7. I totally believe that. It doesn't matter how ugly you are. If you get a haircut, get the right haircut, have the right physique, and you could dress okay, you'll be a 7, man. I promise you. So I don't want to hear no excuses, fellas, about your genetics. If you are an in-fit man and you look good aesthetically, it's going to do wonders for your confidence, fellas. It's going to do wonders for your dating life. Once you walk into rooms, you're going to be, command a certain amount of respect from your peers. That is the number one thing, fellas. Hit the gym. Number 2 is to read at least 1 book a month. And I'm not talking about fiction books, right? I'm talking about self-improvement books, books that are going to help change your mindset, because your mindset is everything, right? And the first step, we dealt with the physical aspect. Now we have to change our mind, right? And it starts with unlearning a lot of the bad habits that you have and learning about a lot of the new habits you might not know about and that you might want to implement in your life depending on what your goals are. I'm a firm believer that, if you have 2 people that work hard, right? The difference between both of those people, if they're working just as hard, is information, right? So you want to fill your mind constantly with, new information, new ways to get better, new ways to improve, and continuously innovate your life and innovate your mindset, right? And I made a video, 3 books every man should read, but I'll give you guys a few, right now, just in case you haven't watched that video. I definitely, would start with 48 Laws of Power. And that's going to teach you about how to navigate relationships and how to navigate business and, how to, gain power and, psychological tactics and how to present yourself. And really, it's really outside of the Holy Bible, it's honestly the best book a man can read. Honestly, the 48 Laws of Power. Definitely read that. Also read Atomic Habits. So this is going to help you, understand, the habits that you're doing every day and how, the daily tiny battles are going to define your future and what you're doing in the present moment. It may seem insignificant, but over time, those little moments are going to compound into who you are. And it talks a lot about, creating your environment to make doing the right thing easy, right? If you put pops in the refrigerator, they're going to be a lot easier to drink versus when you put them, in the garage or in your trunk, right? Because you have to walk all the way to the trunk to get the pops. So that's just a minor example, but it talks about structuring your life like that with certain addictions or certain vices, right? That's definitely a good book to read to, start building, the right habits and heading in the right direction as far as productivity. I would also read, and I did not mention this in my 3 books, so I want to give you guys a new one. I would start reading The Rational Male, guys, because you can level up all the ways you want to, right? We can say we're leveling up for ourselves, which is fine. In some cases we are, fellas, but it's also for the women, right? Like, let's be real. We want to attract beautiful women. Whether you're the type of guy that wants to have a roster or you a one-woman type of guy, whatever the case may be, you want to attract high-quality women. And in order to do that, you have to know women's nature. You have to know female nature. So you're not getting played. You know how to vet women. And you're not out here, setting yourself up for failure long-term with women, right? And this book is a great, foundation for that. And it's called The Rational Male. And I would definitely, read that, guys. I'm still reading it right now currently. I'm about halfway through. That's why I haven't been able to make a review on it yet. But so far, it's given me a lot of tips and, has definitely, improved my mental clarity as far as, my mindset in relationships, vetting women out, dating women, my personal life, reflecting on my experiences. I think that is an important book as well. So those are 3 books I recommend, guys. 48 Laws of Power, Atomic Habits, The Rational Male. But there's plenty others. If you want to know a couple of others, go watch my video, 3 books every man needs to read. And you'll definitely find 6 gems in there. I actually threw 6 books in that video. So definitely check that out. You want to continuously, improve your mindset, gradually with these books, depending on what your goals are. And don't just read the books, fellas. You want to actively take notes, right? So each chapter, read the book, take notes, and then, implement reading those notes into your daily routine. Maybe you wake up and you read chapters 1 through 3 of 48 Laws of Power, the notes that you have for that. Then at nighttime, you read chapters 1 through 3, for The Rational Male, right? And then Tuesday, you read 3 through 6 in 48 Laws of Power. I'm gonna create a system that's gonna allow you to apply all of the knowledge you're getting from these books into your life. Otherwise, you're reading them for no reason, fellas. So that is the second way to level up. The third way to level up is to prioritize self-care, right? This is a various amount of things, fellas. This is brushing your teeth twice a day, flossing, getting the tongue scraper, maybe whitening your teeth, getting some whitening strips, Crest whitening strips, using mouthwash, trimming your nails, getting groomed, twice a month, whether it's a haircut, your beard, taking care of your face, getting a skincare routine, right? Making sure that you're, shaving your chest and your pube hairs, right? All of these things, to maintain good hygiene and to prioritize self-care, because you always want to present yourself in the best light, regardless of what people say. I remember when we were younger, you used to say, they used to always tell us, don't judge a book by its cover. That is the most pathetic advice they gave us, because it's in our nature as humans. We are superficial by nature. When we don't know people, we treat them based on how they look, right? If a person looks good, you might be a little bit nicer, right? Versus if a person's not very presentable, it's kind of like, That's just how humans are. So as a man, you always want to present yourself in the best light, fellas. During my time when I was leveling up, I was losing my hair, right? So I made sure, that's why you always see me with the do-rag on. I prioritized, using minoxidil, getting a derma roller, using specific shampoos, taking specific vitamins to make sure that my hair was growing right. And I gradually brought my hairline back, And I did this because I wanted to present myself in the best light. I wanted to look the best and feel the best, fellas. You know, so I'll definitely drop a video more in depth of this, you know, some, you know, self-care, you know, stuff that I recommend for the fellas. But as of right now, man, make sure you brushing your teeth twice a day. Make sure you getting your hair cut at least once a month, at least really twice a month, you know, unless you're trying to grow your hair back or something. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have a skincare routine, and make sure you showering and washing your underarms and your ass, fellas. You know, washing your balls. You want to present yourself in the best light, not only for other people, but, you know, for you as well, right? You don't want to be walking around musty and that to be a representation of yourself, or also walking around crusty and dusty, right? And this also goes, you know, with self-care goes into how you present yourself, you know, with clothing, right? This is something that I've got better at over the years and I still can improve on, fellas. Always present yourself, you know, with good clothing, right? You know, quality clothing. You don't have to break the bank to buy nice clothes. You know, a few different, you know, online brands that I recommend for the fellas is Shein. You can find great quality clothing for cheap on Shein. Boohoo, man, is a little bit more expensive than Shein, but the quality is and the variety that they got on there is tough. I definitely recommend Boohoo, man. That's probably my favorite. And then lastly, Amazon, right? I know it sounds crazy, right? But, you know, shopping on Amazon, you know, you can find some gems on there, fellas. And then as far as some stores that, you know, are in person, you know, you can go to Zara, you can go to H&M, you know, you can go to Paxson, you know, you depending on what your swag is, you know, how you dress, you can definitely find at least one of these stores that fits you. And, you know, you'll be able to get some quality clothing from there, fellas. So try out those brands, man, and they'll definitely work wonders for you with their style and how you present yourself. But, you know, rather it's your, you know, your looks or your clothes, man, you always want to present yourself in the best light. And, you know, it's definitely a key component to leveling up fast. The fourth step to leveling up fast is to work, fellas. When I was going through this period of my transformation within this 6 month, man, I was working around 60 to 80 hours a week, right? And it sounds crazy, but as a man, you must do this because finances are a big part of, you know, your value, you know, right? So, you know, think of it if you have a girlfriend, you know, you're besides protecting and besides being a leader and providing provision and intellect, your job is to provide, right? How are you going to provide if you ain't got no bread? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to separate yourself from other men if you don't have no bread? You know what I'm saying? As a man, it's very competitive, right? And this honestly could have been I think this and the gym are neck and neck as far as, you know, where they rank on these, you know, steps to level up. But fellas, you definitely want to get your chicken bag right, man. If you're working a job, you know, get 2 jobs, you know, stack up some bread for 6 months. If you know, have a business, you know, double down on it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to vary depending on what your goals are, whether you're working a 9 to 5, whether you're, you know, working on a business. But fellas, it's very important as a man to just get your money up, right? I invested in, you know, I spent tens and thousands of dollars on mentors to learn skills to make more money, you know, learn sales, learn marketing, learn content creation, right? And it's all paying off for me. You know, I haven't reached the specific goal that I want to yet, but I'm a lot farther than I was when, you know, before I invested in those mentors, man. So, you know, definitely find a mentor within the field that you want to pursue. If you want to do entrepreneurship, do your research, right? Speak to different people that may be in their program. And then, you know, I definitely recommend investing in a mentor, fellas, versus kind of going to school. That's what I believe, because I just don't think the return on investment with school is really going to do you any justice. You know, when you got the student loans and just wasting all that time for 4 years, there are some benefits to school, right? You're going to learn a lot of social skills and network and build a lot of relationships. But as far as the money, I think you're better off, you know, just learning a trade, or, you know, investing money into a mentorship and learning a skill, even leveraging your credit, you know, maybe start some real estate, right? But it's very important to get your chicken bag up, man. Get your credit right. You know what I'm saying? Be smart with your finances. But you should be working at least 70 to 80 hours a week, especially if you are between the ages of 21 to 28. You know what I'm saying? Even 30, right? Because you're very young. You have a lot of energy, fellas. So definitely don't be lazy, man. You got to put the work in to level up. And, you know, working it goes without saying, man, you got to get that chicken bag up, right? So you should be working as much as possible, saving your money and making, smart investments that are going to improve yourself so you can make more money, fellas. So that is number 4, man, to make sure that you working your ass off. The last and final step to level up, fellas, is to cut off all distractions. You must have the mindset that before you do something, or before you go kick it with a person, before you go get that drink, before you go smoke that blunt, before you go to that party, I want you to ask yourself, is this taking me a step forward with the person I want to become, or is this taking me a step backward to the person I want to become? And you can have that mindset with anything, fellas. You can have that mindset with people in your life. You can have that mindset with different situations. You can have that mindset with if you want to react to something, if somebody pissed you off. You can have that mindset with, stuff that you don't want to do. Damn, if I don't do this, am I going to be better or worse? Right? You got to cut all distractions, man, because on this journey to level up and to be the man that you want to be and to be successful and to, put your family in a better position to fulfill your purpose, you have to have a tremendous amount of focus, man. The difference between winners and losers is that winners don't even put themselves in the environment to take L's. Winners don't even put themselves in an environment to fuck up, right? Losers put themselves in situations that get them distracted and allow them to fuck up. Rather it's a girl, their friends, different vices. That's just the difference, man. Winners, they cut off all distractions. They know how to lock in and go through a period or even a lifetime of just prioritizing themselves and having intense focus on their craft and being the best that they can be, right? And especially if you're trying to level up fast, go ghost for 6 months, you're going to have to cut off all distractions, man. You might lose a couple of friends, right? You might have to break up with that girl. You might have to not kick it for a couple of weekends. You might have to stop smoking for 5 to 6 months or forever. You might have to stop drinking. You might have to stop watching your favorite sports teams on TV or binge watching your favorite show. Because all of these things are not going to push the needle for you to be the man that you're supposed to be. Right? And this honestly could have been number 1, because if you have all these distractions in your life, numbers 1 through 4 are not going to matter. Right? Because every 2 steps you take forward, these distractions are going to take you 2 steps back. It's extremely important, fellas. I'm not in your life, so I don't know what your distractions are. But, you have to continuously, cut people off and always have that mindset. Is this helping me become the man that I want to be, or is this holding me back from being the man that I want to be? And I struggle with this still, fellas. I'm not coming to you, I definitely, used all of these tips to get to where I am today, when I was in my glow up stage, my monk mode transformation. But these are things that I'm, still implementing today and I'm still battling with today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, but I want to give you guys some wisdom of while I'm on my journey to help you as well. Right? And it's not easy, man. You might have to get off social media, right? I talked about that on my last vid, but definitely, fellas, you must cut off all distractions to be the man that you want to be, especially if you trying to level up fast, right? So that is the video for today, man. Hopefully you guys apply these 5 tips, and take action with leveling up fast, because all it takes is 6 months, man. That's all it takes is 6 months, man. And we in August right now. August, September, October, November, December. January will be in, 5 to 6 months, dog. Why not go into 2025, a new person? You know what I'm saying? But you got to take action with these tips, man. And you got to, focus on one day at a time. And you'll get to your goal, man. So that's the video for today. Love y'all. Peace.